Hi everyone and welcome to Rum Runner Dan's. I'm Dan Genovese. Today we're going to be making a tiki drink. Or wait, is it a pre-prohibition drink? Or is it a tiki drink? I don't know, we'll talk about it. We're making the Daisy de Santiago.
Oh, blow the man down, bullies, blow the man down.
To me way, blow the man down.
Blow the man down, bullies, blow him away.
So, is it a tiki drink or is it a pre-prohibition cocktail? Well, the Daisy de Santiago did appear in The Gentleman's Companion, and it was really favored by different people who traveled to Cuba. Well, but it's a Caribbean drink, so does that automatically make it a tiki drink? I don't know. And I mean, this is where the debate really gets into it. And is it really a tiki drink? I think it is. It doesn't have traditional tiki ingredients in it, but it has that unique Caribbean flair to it, and the Caribbean flavor that we see present throughout a lot of different tiki drinks. But a lot of people also put the pina colada into the tiki category, which I think is fair. But at the same time, it's not necessarily the same type of tiki drink that maybe like the Fog Cut or the Zombie are. It's not as complex and nuanced. It's a little bit more one note. So with that, I picked this drink today really to highlight a couple things. One, it's definitely a tiki drink, so I'll just settle that right now. But it's also something that isn't made like a normal tiki drink, but at the end result, it's going to look like one. So with that, let's get into it for today. So unlike every other tiki drink that we made here on the show so far, we use a drink mixer for those. Today we're not. Today we are using a cocktail shaker. So that's a little bit new. And also we're going to be using some ingredients that we have never used before. So again, least expensive, most expensive ingredient. We're going to start out with 1 ounce of fresh squeezed lime juice. Okay. Next, we're going to use 1 ounce of seltzer water, sparkling water. If you have a soda stream, you can use that. You can use LaCroix. You can use any other brand that you can get. Just plain, unflavored seltzer water. I'm using Pellegrino mineral water here. Works. We're going to use 1 ounce of that. I already know you guys are thinking, wait a minute, that's carbonated. You're right. And that's going into a cocktail shaker. Yes. I've made this drink before. It doesn't explode as long as you follow the right precautions. All right, next what we're going to do is a 1/2 tablespoon or 1.5 teaspoons of rich demerara syrup. Put that right into there. All right. Next comes a new ingredient that we have not used before. It's a French ingredient. This is chartreuse. It's a liqueur. It's steeped in herbs, which give it both its flavor and its color. It comes in 2 varieties, yellow and green, both made by the same company. Now, interestingly enough, the green one is just steeped longer, but they both have the same herbs in them. It's just how long they steep for depends upon how long, the color of the end product. This does have some sugar in it, but it does have some a lot of herbal notes to it, which we'll talk about when we get to it. So this is only going to be 1/2 ounce. Okay. Next, what we're going to do is we need rum. In this case, what you want to shoot for is a lightly aged rum. You could go with a lightly aged Cuban rum here if you'd like. I think something like a Havana Club, Angio, or something like that might work really nice. I didn't have that on hand, and I do have some Bacardi on hand, Bacardi 8. I think that oakiness might kind of throw it off a little bit. I don't know if I want that much strong flavor coming through in this because it might overpower the chartreuse. So I decided to go with a good old standby here. A good Jamaican rum. This is Appleton Estate Signature. Love their stuff. This is a great one to use. It's not too funky, but it also brings enough to the party here, and it stands up against the chartreuse. So we're going to use 1.5 ounces of this guy. All right, 1.5 ounces. Now, we're going to shake this. So, shaker, big rock ice, couple small cubes of ice. Okay, get that drink, pour it in, put it on, give it a good seal, give it a hard shake, 8 to 10 seconds. Okay. There we go. Get that nice drink out of there. All right. Now, we're going to grab our glass here that we're going to be using, and we're going to fill our glass up with crushed ice. I'm not going to fill it up all the way yet, but a decent way up. And then what we're going to do is double strain this. So double straining, Hawthorne strainer over the top, fine mesh strainer over here. Take it and pour in. All right, little tap. Put that guy down, grab some more of our crushed ice, fill that wash line up there a little bit more, and that's definitely high enough. All right, now next thing that we're going to be adding to our drink here is our garnish. For this one, we're just going to use a mint sprig. So as always, I'd like to, let me get a better one than that. There we go, that's better. Give it a little whack around the outside, get that aroma started there. Okay, go ahead and tuck this guy right down there into the pack. Nice mint sprig, spread them out. Great. Now, we're gonna need a cocktail straw for this guy, so I'm gonna reach into my trusty Surfside Sips straw collection here. And I think the one that I'm going to use for today, yeah, I'm going to use this guy right here. I love this. All right. This is our little bamboo guy with our little turtle on it. All right. Grab ourselves a coaster from Woodrow Coasters. Link below. You can pick up those as well as the Surfside Sips. And there you guys have it. That is the Daisy de Santiago Smuggler's Cove adaptation from The Gentleman's Companion. Pre-prohibition cocktail or tiki drink. You decide. Let's go ahead and give it a taste. Yeah. Knocking my spoon off. It's that good. It's such an easy to drink cocktail. It's not overly complicated. It's not, so much rum that you're getting whacked in the face. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't drink this. And it's not so diluted that you're like, this doesn't really taste much like anything. It hits that perfect balance. So I like the Appleton here because it's not an overly powerful Jamaican rum as like a Smith & Cross would be in this drink. So having that signature in there brings some of that rum flavor to it, but it's not so much that that's all that you taste. The really nice part here is the lime and the chartreuse play real well together, and the drink is lengthened a bit by the seltzer water here. You get a little bit of sweetness from the Demerara that you're putting in here, but it's not that much. You do get the sweetness from the drink, and that's really the purpose of the Demerara syrup, along with the chartreuse, but it gets it a nice citrus note, really, really good with the lime flavor. And then it kind of gives way to this subtle herbal sweetness that you get from the chartreuse. And that kind of, right there, it starts to get rounded out with a more robust rum flavor in it. But it's not too much. As soon as you start to taste the rum, it's there, and then as soon as you start to taste it, that's about as far as it goes. It doesn't start to get more funky or anything like that, and that's because we lengthened it with a little bit of seltzer water. It's a great drink. This is a real easy sipper drink. You can have a bunch of these sitting outside at the pool one day, being stuck inside during the holidays if you want to. You can drink them anytime that you want. It's a great cocktail from Cuba. There you have it, everyone, the Daisy de Santiago. Please like and subscribe to our channel. Thank you so much for joining us today. Until next time, everybody, Akole Maluna. Yeah, I'm taking this one with me.